Welcome aboard Alaska Railroad.
The Flagstop train, also called the Hurricane Turn Train, serves people along the 56-mile route between Talkeetna and Hurricane Gulch.
Welcome to Curry.
Including a stop at the historic former town site of Curry. For many on board, the train is the only way to get where they need to go.
They have recreational cabins, they're coming out to go rafting, they're coming out to go camping, fishing, hunting, and they just jump on with us, or they stand out at the side of the tracks, wave us down, and we pick them up and take them back in.
So this is your granddaughter waiting to get picked up by the train?
Yes.
Mike Curry is spending time at the family homestead, mile 252.
We've been up there almost 40 years.
Robert Nelson is headed home.
We're 239.5, and we're about a mile off the tracks.
The train stops just long enough to let him unload.
That's it, Rob. Take it easy.
Oh, and did I also mention the Flagstop is the only train on the Alaska Railroad that lets you bring your pets. The train is a lifeline for people who depend on it.
I like riding on the train and looking at the woods.
You see them?
But it's also a unique experience for visitors.
I kind of describe us as we're the hidden gem of the railroad. We don't have as many passengers as the other trains do, so they get more personal service. See those logs out there?
And when we walked in that day when the cops came and we took my grandma, there was some girl shooting up in her foot, smoking meth, somebody cooking in the kitchen.
Drug concerns and drug cases.
Jesse documented the situation for months.
We are trying to file a report for fraud, drug dealing.
Called Anchorage police, reported complaints online. She even confronted people coming outside and boarded up the home.
I think that's that Randy dude.
But she could not get anyone out. One man, Jesse said, told police he had a lease. Another person, she says, told police they were taking care of her grandparents. We asked police to clarify what happened. In a statement, APD says sometimes there wasn't enough information for a report to be filed online. A separate time, APD says, it investigated and criminal charges were filed, and officers told Larson to pursue civil action. Another time, APD says, people who had permission to be in the home who refused to leave is a civil issue, and the eviction process should be pursued through the court system.
Hello? This is crazy.
Jeez.
Oh, it smells so bad.
Oh, it does smell bad. The door was torn off, so we entered the house through the basement.
Hello? Sorry, I'm just scared.
No, you're good.
Memories mixed with needles, drugs, and condoms.
I just can't believe it's gotten this much worse since we've boarded it up. She used to babysit us all the time. I colored that picture for her right there.
There are still things of value.
These are Pioneer Woman. I actually got her these for Mother's Day last year. I'm surprised they're still here.
And they're not broken.
And they're not broken. I'm taking them.
Jesse's now taking care of the home.
Jeez.
Looking like this, she isn't sure it can be sold or what she can do.
This is insane.
And people keep sneaking in.
I would like APD to reopen the investigation.
Cassandra Boskofsky's cousin Marcella,
We want answers!
one of many of her friends, family, and supporters displaying red handprints over their mouths on Friday. Using the symbol of missing and murdered Indigenous women to protest outside Anchorage Police Headquarters in the rain to say how they feel APD has badly handled the Boskofsky's investigation.
I think that the public needs to know that APD ignored this case for so long and they need to be held accountable, whether it's in court or they publicly acknowledge what they did, but this can't be swept under the rug because it just shows how little they care about missing and murdered Indigenous women.
We want answers!
Anchorage police so far have not responded to our request to those concerns. But in an affidavit where her cousin reports her missing, she says the last time they saw her was August 3rd of 2019.
Where is Cassandra?
You know, our goals with the protest is just to raise awareness about Cassandra because she's been forgotten for 5 years. And we're demanding that they tell us where they searched, if they searched, and where we can search. Because we just want to bring her home to her family.
Justice for Cassandra! Justice for Cassandra!
One thing about homeless camps is there's usually a lot of trash and garbage, and Fish and Game says it's no wonder that bears are attracted to places like this. Still, as we walked through the woods at Davis Park with Kayla Christ, who lives here, we were surprised
The baby bear.
to see this, a black bear cub, which looks to be about a year old. We watched as the youngster sniffed at a pile of garbage and poked around people's tents. We're looking at this bear right now, and I know it's tiny and cute, but doesn't that worry you?
From it coming around for quite a while now, it doesn't really bother me.
She says the cub has been a regular visitor for the past 2 months, and no one has seen its mother.
When it first started coming around, people would go towards it and it would like cry out for its mom.
Now it's much more comfortable around people. Maybe because one woman told me she feeds it. What have you been feeding it?
Just food that I have with me, like any kind of food.
Fish and Game sees this as a big problem.
Because there's already a plethora of issues in these camps, we don't need to add bears into the mix because they don't mix.
Bears that associate people with food can become dangerous, not just for people in the camps, but also for those around them.
The issues, may start in the camps, but they end out filtering out and impacting neighborhoods, adjacent landowners.
Fish and Game wants the city to consider wildlife issues when it decides which camps to abate. But for this bear, one woman has another idea.
If people pick up the trash, maybe the bear wouldn't come around as much.
She says it's really not that hard to do.
It looks like they had to tear some siding off here because they weren't sure exactly where he was going to go.
Kua Tao showing the damage left behind at his home off Muldoon Road, where Jalen Baker was apprehended Monday after an hours-long standoff.
I would say around like 1 p.m. I heard a dog barking really close to the crawl space area, and was kind of confused what was going on. And then within a couple minutes of that, I heard a door knock. I went in, opened the door, and it was SWAT.
Tao and his wife were asked to leave the home. Baker was hiding in a crawl space underneath. They went next door to his brother's house, where the couple and their 4 children have been staying since.
It was pretty crazy to see something like that. You see in movies all the time, but there was just armored trucks, a bunch of SWAT team.
According to Tao, the crime scene crew contacted him around 1 a.m., stating they were done and he could return home.
They did explain to us that they used a lot of, stun grenade was used and a lot of tear gas was used, and that we may feel the aftermath of that. And sure enough, we did. I came home, and just within 3 feet of the building, your eyes and your face was just, you can just feel it.
The home was unlivable.
This is where the officer got shot, was right here.
Oh.
So they were trying to get him out from here, and he opened fire from underneath.
Power and water were shut off because grenades and tear gas that were deployed under the home posed fire risk.
I really wish that, if they would have a cleanup crew or something,
Right.
But nothing of that sort.
APD has nothing like that. Tao was directed to contact the municipality's risk department for possible reimbursement.
Window was broken in the process.
A call to APD confirmed that is department policy.
We contacted them all day yesterday, no phone calls back.
Tao says he does not have home insurance coverage, but has started a GoFundMe to raise money to repair the damages or to find a new home to rent.
I fully support our local APD, and I understand that what they did was something that needed to be done to get him out. I just wish there was more of a clear instruction.
While his family currently has no home, Tao is in good spirits.
It's a situation that, nobody, that can prepare for. So, we were scared, and we're just thankful that, me and my wife was safe and that he went underneath and not inside. So.